So while your financial life may start out with a Rocky Raccoon account, as you grow, we'll be with you every step of the way. From your first car and everyone thereafter, to investing in your family's future, to buying that special house you'll call home. Current Schools. Together, we have something special.
Welcome to the city, Motor City, where it's summer sell down.
Get ready to move, get ready to groove, get ready to fly.
Drive away a GMC Sierra 4-door, only $29,990, or save up to $10,000 off select Sierra HD models. Summer sell down offers end September 3rd. We are professional grade, and we are California's largest volume GMC dealer, Motor City.
Current Schools Federal Credit Union is here to be your lifelong financial partner. So while your financial life may start out with a Rocky Raccoon account, as you grow, we'll be with you every step of the way. From your first car and everyone thereafter, to investing in your family's future, to buying that special house you'll call home. Current Schools is here to help. And if you live in Kern County, then you can bank with us. See, we're local just like you. So what we accomplish together benefits our entire community. Current Schools. Together, we have something special.
For over 100 years, Bakersfield College has helped thousands of people achieve their dreams through education. Now Bakersfield College is bringing college closer to home, with courses offered in Southwest Bakersfield on Stockdale Highway, downtown Bakersfield, and at the main campus on Panorama Drive. Programs and classes also available in Delano, Shafter, Arvin, and online. Your path to a bright new future can start today at the home of the Renegades. It's easy. Take the first step. Visit bakersfieldcollege.edu to learn more.
It is the final night of the 2019 regular season, and that, in these parts, only means one thing. Shafter, Wasco. Not much more needs to be said than that. Welcome, everyone, to the Kern High Network with Rick Van Horn and Julian Wilson. Johnny Soper, pleased to be with you tonight as we bring you the 93rd meeting between these two great rivals, the Generals and the Tigers.
I'm excited. This is my first Wasco Shafter game that I've ever seen. I've been out here and covered Shafter before, but not a Shafter Wasco rivalry game. Number 93 in the series.
Jonathan Lopez kicks it away, and we are underway here in Shafter. It's picked up by Kevin Chavez just inside the 20. Chavez to the far side as a flag flies, and Chavez is chopped out of bounds. A couple of flags have flown. Wasco won the toss and elected to receive. We'll check the penalty markers.
I think that's going to be against Wasco.
Illegal block in the back. That'll back him up. To start the opening drive.
First down
for the Tigers, this great rivalry in Kern County. These two high schools separated by just 8.8 miles. Towns are very similar demographically. Shafter, about 17,000 residents. Wasco, about 18,000 residents. The line to get into this thing was about a mile long. You had to park practically in Bakersfield. Shafter starts. 1st and 10 from inside their own 10-yard line. Handoff up the middle, and getting about 3 yards on the play is Christian Alvarez.
Wasco comes in as kind of the spoiler tonight because they're 5-4 on the year, 3-2 in SSL play. Shafter, they win tonight. They garner a part of the SSL title with Kennedy, provided Kennedy wins. So there's a lot riding on the game tonight for Shafter.
And what a turnaround it's been for the Generals after starting the season 1-4. High snap, And not much going on up the middle once more. A couple of yards on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and short. Shafter started the season 1-4, but they are winners of 4 straight, including a huge win over undefeated Kennedy last week, 27-21.
Yeah, they had a stretch there early on where they lost 4 straight, and they didn't think they were going to be able to right this ship.
How about 3rd down and 4
3rd and 4 for Wasco.
15-yard line.
Jacob Villanueva, the senior at quarterback, has a snap. And Shafter was all over that. It's close to the marker, and we'll see what the call is. The officials stop the clock. May want a measurement on this one.
Shafter, it looks like, I hadn't seen them play all year, but they're kind of running a version of the double wing just out of the gun, aren't they? They're big up front, foot-to-foot splits. A normal Wasco team they're kind of known for the double wing, the foot-to-foot style play where they're running the ball 90% of the time. And this is kind of a version of it, but they're just doing it out of the shotgun.
Tigers pick up the first down. It was close. A give inside. Goes to Roderick Scott, and Scott is stopped after a short gain of maybe about a yard on the play. Roderick Scott, the senior, averaging 7.1 yards per carry this year.
I always got to get out here early to a Shafter game to watch Coach Perucci try to punt before the game. That's kind of his thing. He likes to get out there
right?
and stretch it out a little bit. He didn't get off very many good ones today. In fact, he got a lot of shanks today.
Gerald Perucci in his 4th season at the helm of the Shafter program. Sweep comes to the near side, and shoving a couple generals down is Roderick Scott.
Number 6,
gain of about 3.
Brought down by Shafter's number 34, Felix.
3rd and a long 4 coming up for the Tigers.
I mentioned a while ago is Wasco's big up front. They've got some beef up front. And you need that when you run this kind of offense. Shafter, on the other hand, a little faster, a little more sleeker. The thing Shafter's got to do is have a lot of patience when you play against a team like Wasco with this double wing. We've seen it. Foothill runs it. North High kind of runs a version of it.
3rd and short. The give goes to Alvarez. Alvarez tries to get to the marker, and this is going to be another close call.
Shafter's number 2, Elijah
Christian Alvarez, the leading rusher for the Tigers. It's 4th and short, and it looks like Wasco's going to go for it.
How about 4th down and 2 yards to go from the...
You're going to see that a lot out of Wasco, and that's just not because it's game 10 and it's a rivalry where they're letting it all hang out, but that's just how they do it.
4th and 1. Alvarez, and he's past the marker. Wasco picks up the first down. Tigers slowly but surely moving the ball on this opening drive of the game. 8-10.
Again, if you're Shafter, you got to have a lot of patience. This kind of offense eats up a lot of clock. Run, 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 run.
First and 10 from inside the 30. You're not going to see Wasco throw the ball a ton tonight. Play action pass. The southpaw goes to the air and just out of the reach of Christian Alvarez. Probably could have made that catch. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Probably a catch he could have made. Couldn't throw it much better from Alvarez. Very well thrown ball.
Chunk plays thus far for Wasco. Short chunks, just 3 and 4 yards. Now facing 2nd down and 10 on the opening drive. 7:49 on the timer. Villanueva under center. It's a reverse. Alvarez breaks free across the 50. Makes a cut, but cannot escape a tackler. Nick Aguirre, the captain for Shafter, stops a touchdown. Big gain for the Tigers.
Wasco first and 10.
Into Shafter territory at the 47. Oh, it's an inside give and then a pitch reverse for Wasco, getting a little bit creative. This time, Alvarez poking through the line. I beg your pardon, it was Roderick Scott. Scott with another big gain, that time 16 on the play. And it'll be first down at the 32.
This is a drive that started back on their own 12-yard line.
Inside the 10.
Inside the 10.
Miguel Martinez in the backfield. Alvarez lined up to the left. Alvarez now rolls in motion. Martinez gets the handoff and barrels forward for a nice gain of at least 6 on the play.
Myson Lane.
Check that Myson Lane on the carry for Wasco.
Number 7, Osvaldo Terraza.
Lane checks out. Miguel Martinez checks back in. 2nd and 5 for Wasco. Opening drive, 6 minutes and 23 seconds and counting left. Villanueva has the snap. And driving forward, pushing defenders is Roderick Scott. Past the marker, another first down for Wasco. And a couple of flags fly after the tackle was made.
I think we're going to have one on each side on that one.
We always expect to see some chippiness between these two great rivals.
I'm going to say the first one was on Shafter. The second one came from a Wasco player.
Officials trying to sort out the mess.
In a typical double wing, you're just looking for 3 yards. That's all you want. 3 times 4 is a first down, keeps the chains moving. Rarely punt, rarely throw the ball.
And they're going to call offsetting unsportsmanlike conduct penalties.
Some offsetting
So-
fouls there. First down, Wasco.
So give each other $20 and call it even.
There you go. Don't be surprised if you see more of those flags tonight. The tradition of this rivalry, Shafter-Wasco, goes back so deep in the community. The exchange rallies that are held, many houses divided between these two cities. This is not just a football rivalry either. This is a serious rivalry between two towns here in Kern County.
Yeah, I heard Coach Perucci on the radio today, and he was mentioning that he's heard that guys have bet steers and sides of beef and even 40 acres of parcel land has traded places over the years.
First down, Wasco. Inside the 25, Villanueva keeps it and dives forward for a pickup of about 4.
Well, this being my first Shafter-Wasco rivalry game, I'm very impressed. This place is packed.
Oh, my gosh.
We had to park four blocks away. I was very impressed. National anthem was playing, and everybody on both sides was standing.
Yep.
Not a word could be heard.
Hope you don't get hungry tonight, Coach.
No.
Line for the snack bar is about a mile deep. Villanueva in the shotgun. Christian Alvarez once more stopped at the line, but is able to skip forward for a short gain, and it brings up third down and about 5.
This will be the last time that these two play in this stadium. Of course, Shafter next year is getting a brand new state-of-the-art field and stadium. So this will be the last time that these two play in a rivalry game on this field.
Chapter closes to a great 93-year rivalry, at least for this field. Third down and 5 for Wasco. They've converted on third down twice and fourth down once. Alvarez up the middle, and he didn't get there, Coach. I think he stopped, although he kept churning his legs after the initial hit.
I think
it'll be close to the marker.
Christian
Stopped
Villarreal
about a
brought down
couple of
by
yards
Jensen
shy. What
Boyd.
does Wasco do on offense here?
Joey Sanchez.
They're going to go for it.
They held him strong.
Converted
It's gonna
on
be
fourth
down
and about
2 yards to go.
earlier in the drive. This time,
Yeah.
though, inside their own 15. Confident that they can get it.
If you went for it coming out on your own 15, you're going to go for it on the Shafter 12-yard line here.
Fourth and short for the Tigers. 4 minutes, 10 seconds and counting remaining in the first quarter. It's Alvarez. Alvarez
he's got
pushes
it.
through, and he converts on 4th and 2. First and goal, Wasco.
Felix Chacon looks like he picked up a first down.
He was right at the marker, right at the 10-yard line, and the ball spotted inside the 10 at the 9. First and goal.
This is the Wasco group. They were 9-4 last year, so they had a very, very good year last year. Of course, Shafter was 12-1 and had an excellent year.
9-yard line.
Their only loss coming in the section finals against Kennedy.
Alvarez to the left of Villanueva. Martinez to the right. Alvarez up the middle. Touchdown, Wasco. Tigers open up the scoring tonight.
Villarreal Alvarez, touchdown Wasco.
9-yard touchdown run from Christian Alvarez puts Wasco on top. And what an opening drive. Carved up almost 70% of the clock in the first quarter.
About 8.5 minutes on that drive. That's what Coach Perucci doesn't want to happen. He's got to make his possessions count and efficient.
Lalo Solis on for the PAT, and he knocks it through. With 3 minutes, 49 seconds to go in the first quarter, Wasco 7, Shafter
Eduardo
nothing.
Solis on that kick. It's good.
How about that opening drive for the Tigers? Converted on 3rd and short a couple of times, 4th and short a couple of times. They just kept moving the ball, and they eventually punch it in.
That's exactly what they wanted to do, and that's their modus of operandi in this kind of offense. They want to get that ball. They're like a boa constrictor. They're just going to kind of slowly reel you in 3 yards, 4 yards, 3 yards until they just suck all the wind out of you.
Wasco trying to snap a 2-game losing streak in this rivalry. Not just bragging rights on the line, but pride on the line for the entire year between these two cities.
Stand up for the kickoff.
Last win over Shafter for Wasco came on November 4th, 2016. It was a 28-24 win. Last year's game pretty tight. As you mentioned, Shafter ended the regular season undefeated, and they won 22-17.
Dozier and Devin Sundgren are back deep for Shafter.
Solis has it teed up. Shafter going to get the ball for the first time in this game, and Solis boots it away very deep. Tyson Dozier has to sprint back about 15 yards and finally lets it fall into the end zone for a touchback. So here comes the Shafter offense with 1,400 plus pass yards on this season, 1,500 plus rushing yards. They average 339 yards per game.
Yeah. And if you want to talk about balanced, Shafter's the most balanced team in Kern County. They've got 50% run, 50% pass.
Tyson Dozier with Joey Sanchez flanked to his left. Check that, Jackson Sanchez in the shotgun for the Generals. Tried the hard count to get Wasco offside. Now he moves Sanchez back over to the right side. Sanchez is going to keep it, running behind Sanchez, and he dives forward across the 26-yard line to the 27.
Sanchez is kind of their all-utility guy. He's their Swiss Army knife. He'll play quarterback, he'll play receiver. He kind of does it all for Shafter.
Had 4 touchdowns last week, 3 via the rush, 1 via the pass. The senior looks to the sideline. Joey Sanchez, 9 carries and 56 yards, flanked to the right. 4 wide receivers. Sanchez this time gives to Sanchez, and Sanchez barrels across the 34 for a Shafter first down.
Brought down by Wasco's 54, Brian Ruiz. Shafter 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line.
Generals line up quickly. Sanchez, the captain. Keeps it. Rolling, trying to get the edge. And he's going to scamper out of bounds after a gain of about a couple.
Knocked out of bounds by Wasco's Kevin Chavez. Looks like he picked up a couple yards on that.
Kevin Chavez knocked him out of bounds.
Tyson Dozier, their other quarterback, actually their leading passer, is actually on this series. At least started the series at receiver.
Coach, it feels like we're kind of the buffer zone tonight. We've got Shafter coaches on the left, Wasco coaches on the right here on the top of the press box. Here in Shafter. Make sure
we're
nothing
right in the
happens.
middle here.
The line of demarcation will not be crossed. Sanchez on the keeper. Tries to get the edge. Escapes the tackle of Alvarez and gets across midfield. Gain of about 20. Christian Alvarez
First down, Shafter at the Wasco
nearly had him
20-yard
by
line.
the shoestring. Shafter lines up quickly once more in Wasco territory. Four wide receivers, three to the left, one to the right. Tigers bring everyone. Sanchez barrels across the middle near the 40, gain of 7 on first down.
Wasco's Alejandro Prieto. If you've got a white Ford 4x4 dually license number
Shafter's offense, they run the spread, the true RPO, and they do it as well as anybody in the county.
A minute 30 to play in the first quarter. Joey Sanchez takes it again and gets the first down. Pickup of 5 yards on the play.
Number 11, Joey Sanchez.
You know, last year, coming off that great season Shafter had, they were 12-1, but of course that was a lot due to their quarterback, Alex Aguilar, who was the All-Area MVP, but he was just a master at running this offense.
With a minute 18 to play in the first quarter, Sanchez designed a run. Sanchez breaks a couple of tackles and dives forward for a gain of 12.
Brought down by 30, but not before he picked up another first down. Shafter.
First down at the 24-yard line for Shafter, putting together a pretty decent drive, their opening drive of the game. Just under a minute to play. This time, Joey Sanchez has it, and Sanchez gets to the 10-yard line. Another big chunk play for the Generals, and they are moving the ball quickly with 54 seconds to play.
Right now, they're just gouging the Wasco defense. Cannot having their way with them.
Joey Sanchez dives forward up the middle and picked up about 2 yards on the play.
Sanchez brought down by Wasco's number 30. Looks like he
35 seconds and counting to go in this first quarter.
3 yards on that. It's going to be second down.
Wasco scored on the opening possession of the game. Shafter trying to do the same. Nearly drew the Tigers offside with the hard count. Second down and 8 from inside the 10. Sanchez moves Lucero to the left side. Gives to Lucero. Lucero, big hole. Touchdown, Generals. What a response from Shafter.
Yeah, it was, and that's what you got to do. When Wasco takes that ball for 8.5 minutes, you've got to be able to respond, and you can't flinch. You just got to come back. Go ahead.
Elijah Lucero picks up his first touchdown of 2019.
Like I said, you can't flinch when you know, Wasco had the ball for 8.5 minutes that first quarter.
Yeah. Botched snap, but Jonathan Lopez is able to punt it through, and we are tied with 9 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
About 9 seconds.
Well, if that first quarter is any indication of how tonight's going to go, we're in for a treat.
And you look at that extra point that barely got in. I think every point's going to have to be an important one tonight.
Looked like it was a low snap, bobbled, but able to recover and knock it through.
Don't forget to go by General's headquarters tonight. They're open late till 11 o'clock, serving up a delicious.
This will be the last time that these guys play this year. When they hit the playoffs, Wasco is a Division 5 team and Wasco is a Division 4 team, so there's no chance of them playing again in the playoffs.
Don't forget to stand up for the kickoff.
Last year, the Generals lost in the Valley Championship, Division 5 Valley Championship, at the hands of Kennedy, so it made last week's win pretty sweet for Shafter. Able to knock off Kennedy's undefeated bid last week.
Up to this point, I think that's the biggest upset we've had in Kern County.
It is a big upset.
Because I didn't think anybody was going to knock off Kennedy.
And they held Kennedy to 21 points. Kennedy was scoring the ball all over the place. Forced 5 turnovers last week. Jonathan Lopez ready to send it away. Kevin Chavez picks it up at the 15. Gets the edge on the sideline. Chavez with plenty of space. One man to beat. And the kicker, Lopez, able to bring him down inside the 40-yard line. Wasco is going to get great field position to open up the second quarter. And there is 0.1 seconds on the clock, so we're going to get one last play in the first quarter unless the refs just decide to call it. And they're going to roll the clock, and that will be the end of the first quarter. Shafter and Wasco all tied up in this great rivalry game, 7-7 after one on the Kern High Network, brought to you by Kern Schools Federal Credit Union, Bakersfield College, and Motor City Bakersfield.
General's headquarters.
Welcome back. Just set to begin the second quarter, all knotted up at 7-7. Wasco, off that great return from Kevin Chavez, starts with good field position, and Christian Alvarez gets stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the first play of the second quarter. Johnny Soper, Rick Van Horn, Julian Wilson for the Kern High Network. Pleased to be with you for one of Kern County's great rivalries.
One of 3 games that the Kern High is broadcasting tonight. Of course, East Highland in that championship game tonight, and of course VHS and Liberty.
Trio of great games tonight on the Kern High Network. Pleased that you're with us here in Shafter, California. A pitch goes to Alvarez, and Alvarez picks up about 4. It'll bring up 3rd and long for Wasco.
Alvarez brought down by Shafter's Jensen Boyd.
Shafter a little ahead of the chains right now. 3rd down. If first down, they want to go a 2nd to 7. 3rd and 3. And so if you can hold them to less than 3rd and 3, you're winning the chain battle.
3rd and 7. Another reverse. And Alvarez is stopped short of the first down, but a couple penalties fly.
Brought down by Felix Chacon. Lots of flags on that.
Multiple flags, one coming from the head referee, the other one coming from the lines judge. And it's going to be a face mask penalty against Shafter.
Whoa.
Face mask against Shafter.
That'll give him the first down and 15 more yards.
I think that means first down.
Kind of erases that first down stop by Shafter. We talked about numbers. It's a numbers game. you can hold them to less than 3, you've won the battle. Haven't won the war, you won the battle.
And Wasco keeps running what looks like is going to be a jet sweep and then pitches it to the man running on the opposite side. It's a really good play. Villanueva back to pass to the end zone. It is caught! Did he get in? Yes! Touchdown, Wasco!
Pass complete to number 7,
Andre Cordova with his first touchdown reception of 2019. In double coverage, he went up and got it.
Very nice catch, nice ball. Was that Villanueva that threw that?
Yes.
All right, very important PAT here in this game.
Lalo Solis knocked through the first one. He's 14 of 16 on PATs this season. And that one is true, although it was nearly blocked. And they're going to throw the marker. They're going to get Shafter, it looks like. And Wasco is going to kick the ball off with good field position. Oh, here's the call. Generals nearly blocked that PAT.
They did.
And the head referee is going to go Chad with Wasco head coach Chad Martinez in his 3rd season. See what the Tigers want to do with the penalty.
One thing I got to mention, I like Wasco's away jerseys. All the white, kind of that burnt orange, much like Texas.
It's going to be roughing the kicker, and they're going to tack on the penalty yards for the kickoff. So the Tigers will kick off from the 40. Wasco opened up the game with a long touchdown drive, about 8.5 minutes. That time, just a couple of plays. And a big touchdown connection from Villanueva to Andre Cordova. Tigers will kick off from the 45. Solis boots it away. And it's taken inside the 5-yard line by Tyson Dozier. And Dozier gets out to the 20 before he's knocked down. Raul Gutierrez.
Dozier's might be the only quarterback in town that also not only a quarterback but doubles as a kickoff return guy.
You might be right about that. He's speedy too. 77 carries, 438 yards this season, and 5 touchdowns. Generals start this drive from their own 21. Wasco punches to open up the night. Shafter punches back, and Wasco with another swing. Can Shafter answer? Joey Sanchez with a nice 4-yard gain on first down.
Talking about, of course, a lot of pride in this game when they're only 8 miles apart, but again, Shafter, they win this game. They grab a share of the SSL league title.
No question about it, and Wasco would love nothing more than to spoil that tonight for the Generals and snap a 2-game losing skid in the process. Sanchez pulls it, gets across the 30, barreling across midfield, and he stepped out of bounds just past the 50-yard line at the 49. Smart move by Sanchez. They run the read option, and that time he kept it, ran to the near side where there was only one man being blocked by Shafter.
Wasco hasn't done a good job setting that edge because you've seen a couple times already that Sanchez has gotten the outside on this Wasco defense.
Wasco is going to take a timeout, try and talk things over after that big chunk play by Shafter. 14-7, Tigers with 9 minutes and 24 seconds to play in the first half. Coach, your impressions of the first half thus far?
Two good football teams.
Yeah.
Two good football teams. I'm very impressed. Didn't really know what to expect. Hadn't seen Wasco. Saw Shafter last year, of course, but that was with Alex Aguilar. And it's always tough when you have to fill a hole like that.
Yeah.
You know, especially in this kind of offense. But when you've got Jackson Sanchez, just an athlete that can step in, and then you had Tyson Dozier, a sophomore.
Sanchez is Swiss Army knife. He can do it all. Can run it, catch it, pass it. Leads Shafter this year with 8 touchdowns via the ground. In the shotgun. That time he gives it to Joey Sanchez, and Sanchez was met at the line of scrimmage and popped forward before a modest gain of about a yard or two.
You saw in that first quarter that Wasco running a lot of 3-man front there, and Shafter was having some success, and now they've gone to a more of an even front, 4-man front there to put a little bit more pressure on that run game.
2nd and 8. Option, Sanchez gets across the 45 and is hit out of bounds by Kevin Chavez. They'll mark it at the 44-yard line.
5 yards, I think.
That'll make it 3rd and a long 4 for Shafter.
How about 3rd down and 4 to go from the 43-yard line?
With Joey Sanchez to his left. Jackson Sanchez, the offense, look back toward the sideline, pick up the play. 8 minutes, 50 seconds to play in the first half. Jackson Sanchez keeps it and was able to skip past a couple of Wasco Tigers, turns the corner, and has the first down across the 35.
Jackson Sanchez brought down by...
Oh, man, Andre Cordova and Isaiah Ferguson were both there for Wasco, but the shifty Sanchez was able to evade both tacklers.
35-yard line.
First and 10 from the 34.
Plays like that can make you right when you should have been wrong.
Sanchez is going to go to the air on first down and has it complete to Tyson Dozier. And Dozier to the 25 will be close to another first down.
Tyson Dozier.
Second and 2 for the Generals. Down by a touchdown. 7:54 to play in the half. Sanchez looked like he was backing up the pass. Nobody was open, and Wasco was all over it. Brock Darrington and Andre Cordova in on the play.
Looks like you lost about a yard on that.
Yeah, you kind of a sneak peek Tebow type thing. He was looking for Sanchez down the seam there.
Ducked his head as if he was going to tuck it and run, and then backed out of the play at the last second. 3rd and 4 for Shafter. Sanchez, quick screen, and it's too tall. Looking for Felix Chasson. Chacon, I beg your pardon. Play would have worked if the throw was on target, and Shafter's going to keep the offense on the field. Wasco is 2 for 2 on 4th downs. Now Shafter with a turn on their second drive of the game. First of the second quarter. Sanchez going to go to the air. No, he's going to run it. Escapes one tackler, escapes another, and reaches across for the first down. Once again, Jackson Sanchez, with a couple of nifty moves, is able to pick up the first down for Shafter when it looked like Wasco was about to stop him on downs.
Again, making you Jackson making the coach right when he probably should have been wrong.
Yeah. Multiple missed tackles for the Tigers on this drive. This time they bring the corner blitz. Sanchez gets it away to Dozier, and Dozier's up toward the 15. Pickup of 7. They'll mark it at the 16.
Brought down by Wasco's number 21, Alejandro Prieto.
I'm impressed with Dozier. He's only a sophomore. He's actually their leading passer, too. But he's a kid I think we're going to hear from next coming years.
6:34 to play in the first half. Option to Sanchez. Sanchez inside the 5, down near the goal line. Brought down out of bounds by Kevin Chavez. And they're going to mark it at the 3-yard line.
How about first and goal from the 3-yard line?
Never been a big fan of running the option to the short side, but that time it worked.
Yeah, it did. First and goal, Generals from the 3. 6:26 to play in the first half. Sanchez moves to the right. He's going to keep it himself. Ducks forward and scores. Nearly untouched into the end zone. Touchdown, Shafter. Four possessions in this game, 4 touchdowns.
Kind of a little peekaboo play there. He kind of waits till that hole opens and then slides right through.
Jonathan Lopez connects on the PAT, and we are tied once more, 14 apiece.
Shafter doing a good job of not flinching. Wasco came down on their first 2 possessions and scored. Taking a lot of time off the clock, but again, they didn't rush it. They didn't panic. They just kind of did do what they do and took him down for a score.
6 minutes, 23 seconds to play in the first half. Rick Van Horn, Johnny Soper, Julian Wilson with you in Shafter. How much fun has this been so far?
It's been a good game. It's always good to get around the county and see these. And there's not a better rivalry than this game. You know,
no, there is not.
You can say BHS Liberty or East-West or Highland East, but, you look around the stadium and there's standing room only.
And part of the reason why it's so unique is because, most of the high schools in Bakersfield, they're all part of one city. They all call Bakersfield home. These 2 schools represent quite literally entire towns. And it means so much to everyone. Shafter's going to try an onside kick, and Wasco was right there. He didn't quite go 10 yards. Julius Manzano picked it up at about the 48-yard line. It was about a couple of yards short and then got popped. Paid for it, and they're going to throw a penalty mark. You have to give, if it does not go 10 yards, you have to give the receiving team an opportunity to catch it, and Shafter popped him right away.
Yeah,
Maybe even hit him before.
Yeah, he caught that ball about 8 yards, didn't he?
Yeah.
Personal foul against
It's going to be
Shafter.
kick-catch interference. So Shafter gambles, and it does not pay off. Wasco is going to get the ball at the Generals' 35-yard line to open up this drive.
Well, if there's any flaw on Shafter's part right now, it's given Wasco great field position these last 2 possessions.
Yep. The onside kick did not go 10 yards. So even if Shafter had not committed the foul, they were not going to get it. Wasco was right there. Tigers 1st and 10 from the 35, and
Flag on the play.
flag before the snap. They're going to back Wasco up 5 yards for a false start.
False start, Wasco. How about 1st and 15?
So they push the Tigers behind the sticks, and now these first down, second down plays become extra important.
They sure do.
From the 40, they give it to Alvarez, and Alvarez pushes ahead for a pickup of about 4.
Handoff to number 2, Christian Diaz.
The play before, when they had illegal procedure, it looks like they were going to throw the ball, and it looked like they were going to have something happening there because Shafter kind of caught 34 off guard there, and the Wasco receiver was behind him.
3-yard gain on first down. It'll be 2nd and 12. Villanueva back to pass. Goes downfield, and it's incomplete. Felix Chacon was in coverage for the Generals.
Intended for number 24,
Intended for Miguel Martinez.
That's what they tried on first down there when they had the illegal procedure. It's kind of day late and a dollar short when you pull it on 2nd and long.
Five minutes and 40 seconds to play in the first half.
So we've had 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns. So one of these defenses has to make a stop here because that's going to.
Something's got to give.
Something's got to give.
And it might right here on 3rd and 12. Villanueva looking for an option. Villanueva gets stopped behind the line of scrimmage, and he is stopped for a short gain. Maybe a couple of yards, but well short of the first down. And Wasco, kind of odd field position here, Coach. What do you do?
They're going for it.
Too deep for a field goal, but almost too short for a punt.
4th down and 10 yards to go from the 35-yard line.
4th and 10 as Jacob Villanueva trots to the sideline, and the Tigers try and dial something up. What would you do here at 4th and 10?
Well, you might see a quarterback draw here. You might see some kind of screen. I don't know how much they break the wing. We haven't seen them break the double wing there with 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left yet. But
and Wasco's going to take a timeout. They're 2nd of the half. Try and talk things over.
It may be in their playbook.
With so much of the offense for Wasco coming on the ground, 4th down and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Yeah.
For being some of our sponsors.
Although they did connect for a deep touchdown on their second drive of the game. Villanueva to Andre Cordova that put them up 14-7.
Now, both these teams will be playing next week. Neither one of them, I don't think, will get a bye in the first round of the playoffs. So you might have a Wasco traveling to East next week because they're both Division 4. That's going to be a good game.
Tigers out of the timeout, 4th and 10 from the 35. Take a listen to this crowd. Villanueva under pressure.
Oh,
he lost the ball. It's picked up by Shafter and then bobbled and given up and recovered by Wasco.
I still think it's going to be Shafter ball. Yeah,
and they are going to give it to Shafter. It was recovered by Jensen Boyd for Shafter. The Generals brought the pressure, and Villanueva, as he was falling down, lost it, and Shafter is going to get the ball in plus territory at the 45. Jackson Sanchez stands in the shotgun. Gives it to Joey Sanchez, and Wasco stacks him up at the line after a short gain.
On the carry, brought down by Wasco's 99, picked up about a yard.
Well, the Generals forced 5 turnovers last week against Kennedy, and they get the first turnover of the game tonight.
Wasco's secondary playing a little tight there. You may see Coach Perucci in this series try to pop one deep.
Sanchez with a big hole on the left side. Sanchez across the 30 and shoved out of bounds at the 25. Gain of 20.
Sanchez on the carry. Pushed out of bounds by Wasco.
Sanchez, not the fastest guy in the stadium, but he kind of brings a load when he carries the ball.
Just over 4 minutes to play in the first half. Elijah Lucero pushes to the right. Jackson Sanchez going to the air. Almost picked off. Azai Ferguson had it in his chest and let it go.
Nick Aguirre, incomplete.
Not a good ball. Good play. Good design. Down the seam.
Not a great decision by Jackson Sanchez to get rid of that one.
And even worse play by Wasco. That ball should have been picked.
Second down at 10.
That play could come back and haunt him, especially if Shafter goes down and scores.
Clock stops, 3:50 remaining in the first half. Option play goes to Lucero, and Lucero was being tracked by a couple of Tigers the whole way through. It was Joshua Mejia who brought him down, along with Jonathan Valera. Brings up 3rd and long for Shafter.
Lucero brought down by Wasco's number 59, Josh Mejia. It's going to be 3rd down and 8 yards.
3rd and about 8 from the 24. Sanchez in the gun.
Might see some kind of roll from Sanchez. Nope.
Designed run, and Wasco was all over it. Tigers stack him up at the 23.
Sanchez brought down by Wasco's Alejandro Prieto. How about 4th down and 7 to go?
Shafter is going to go for it on 4th and 7. From the 23, Sanchez on the screen, hits Chacon! Chacon! Touchdown! Generals!
Great throw and great catch.
34, touchdown.
Felix Chacon, the leading receiver, his 3rd touchdown of the season. And the PAT is good from Jonathan Lopez. Shafter with their first lead of the game at 3 minutes and 8 seconds to play in the first half.
Wasco Tigers 14.
Generals tried that quick slant earlier.
And
Pass
they
was too
overthrew it,
high. That time, perfect connection to Chacon, and Chacon does the rest.
Yeah. And they've got that DB. He's kind of out in no man's land. He's playing an off man, but he was kind of almost head up to outside leverage, giving him that slant. But Wasco's got to be kicking themselves because they had the kid that dropped the interception that would have negated that touchdown.
Shafter able to take advantage of the Wasco turnover on 4th down. Fumble recovered in plus territory. They convert for 7. 21-14 Generals with 3 minutes, 8 seconds to play in the first half.
Shafter still can't breathe easy. You got to go up 2 touchdowns against a double-wing team that eats up so much clock like Wasco.
Kick is taken by
Wasco, good tackle.
And Kevin Chavez is chopped down at the 25. Jensen Boyd again with great coverage for Shafter on special teams.
Kevin Chavez on the return, brought down by Shafter's Elijah Lucero.
Yeah, Elijah Lucero made a nice tackle.
So the Tigers, after starting their previous possession in plus territory at the 35, this time at their own 25, down for the first time in this game. Villanueva gives inside Roderick Scott. Tries to muscle behind the left side of that Wasco line. And picks up about 4 yards on first down.
Second down and 6 yards to go.
Wasco with just one timeout remaining. Shafter has all three. 2 minutes and 40 seconds on the timer and counting. Alvarez again, and about a 6-yard gain.
Brought down by Shafter's number 2, Elijah Lucero.
So it brings up third down at about 2 for Wasco. They need some big chunk plays here, Coach. They're going to run out of time. Alvarez pushes through the right side and picks up the first down.
Shafter's got their 3 timeouts left. They're going to have to use them here. They want to get the ball back with any time. If you see him,
brought down by Jackson Sanchez, first down Wasco.
The next time that their defense holds them to a 1 or 2 yard gain, you may see a Shafter timeout.
Clock stops on the first down. Now it keeps rolling. 1:50 and counting. Scott goes in motion. The give goes to Alvarez, and Alvarez picks up 3.
Number 2, Christian Villarreal Alvarez, brought down by Jackson Sanchez.
Well, thus far, with the exception on that previous drive for Shafter, where they recovered the fumble, Wasco has had plenty of success on the ground. Giving it to Christian Alvarez for the most part of the first half. Play action to Alvarez that time. Deep shot downfield. Intercepted by Shafter. Leo Fernandez picks off Villanueva. 1:08 to play in the first half. Shafter gets the first 2 turnovers of tonight's game. One via the fumble, one via the interception. And Villanueva throwing into double coverage. Not much more he could do, though. The pressure was coming. Now, what?
Yeah, that was a one receiver route, so there was no second options. He was throwing that either way.
Now, what can Shafter do with 1:08 to play and all their timeouts? They set up the screen to Dozier, but the blocking unit never quite came together, and it's a gain of maybe about a yard.
I think they're going to be
45 ticks left in the first half and counting. So Shafter takes a couple of shots. Jackson Sanchez.
He's got a receiver open.
Deep downfield. It's caught.
Now he's going to have to. Now he can use
Aguirre, the captain.
You need some timeouts here. You need a timeout here. You got 3 timeouts.
And Gerald Perucci uses one of those timeouts with 33 seconds to go.
From Wasco's 44-yard line. Timeout, Shafter.
Shafter's waiting to see if they got a chunk play there to use those timeouts, and you got to figure, come on, Wasco, they got to get a chunk play. You got to throw it, so loosen them up a little bit.
Let's see what football mastermind head coach Gerald Perucci tells those boys out there.
Ball spotted at the 44-yard line of Wasco. 33 seconds to play in the first half. You have to imagine the Tigers' defense is going to be ready for the deep shot.
They're going to have to get a lot closer to getting a field goal range with what we've been seeing on some extra points that we're barely going through, so.
If you got a charcoal gray Atlanta
21-14 Shafter.
Shafter, they've got the middle of the field wide open.
Low snap on the ground, and Sanchez just has to fall on it, and that might kill it for the first half. Perucci takes a timeout with 26 seconds to play. It's a loss of about 8 yards.
Pretty quick if you don't get out there and move it.
And it backs the Generals into
back to Wasco.
their own territory at the 48.
And they got the defense they wanted. The middle of the field was wide open, and number 80 was headed to the post.
So now what do you do here if you're Shafter on offense? 26 seconds, you only have one timeout left, and you're backed up deep.
Well, let's see what Coach Perucci dials up. He's
You're punting on that one, huh?
Anybody wants to know?
No,
It's Kennedy 14, Chavez 7 right this minute.
he's got one. He'll have one timeout left. He's looking for another chunk play.
Yep.
You might see a screen here. You might see a quarterback draw.
Well, second down and 17 to go.
Well, that quick slant works
Shafter's
for Shafter.
loosened up.
Sanchez rolling to his left, throws across his body, incomplete. Just threw it away. Tyson Dozier was in the area. Clock stops at 21 seconds to play.
Dozier incomplete. It's going to be third down, 17 to go. Just about 21 seconds left in the first half of this game.
What a first half it's been. First 4 possessions of the game, 4 touchdowns. And then Wasco was the first team to blink with a fumble that Shafter cashed in on, and they lead 21-14.
Thought we might see a little throwback screen there because
Third and long, and Shafter's just going to run up the middle. Joey Sanchez takes it, and that's just going to run out the clock for the end of the first half. 8 seconds and winding down. Fourth down play will not happen. How about that for a first half? 21-14 Generals with the lead at the half in the 93rd iteration of Shafter Wasco. First half impressions, Coach?
good game. Not very many penalties, not very many mistakes. We did have 2 turnovers by Wasco, but one was on a fourth down that they weren't going to get it anyway. They gave Shafter a little bit better field position, but I tell you what, it's a good game. It's like we said, can't flinch. Games like this, Shafter can't feel comfortable with a 7-point lead against Wasco here.
21-14 at half. We'll talk to you in about 20 minutes or so. This is the Kern High Network, brought to you by Bakersfield College, Kern Schools Federal Credit Union, and Motor City of Bakersfield.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile, and I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools. Together, we have something special. One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile, and I still do everything online or through the ATM. So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools. Together, we have something special.
There are over 100 places to get pizza in Kern County, but only 4 are good enough to be called Tony's. So what's the Tony's Pizza difference? We're not giving away our secrets, but the proof is in the pizza. Tony's Spicy Mexicana, the mouth-watering Hawaiian, the award-winning Chili Verde, and so many more. Trust us, you'll find your favorite. If you want great pizza, you can play the numbers game, or you can get it right the first time. Tony's Pizza, 3 locations in Bakersfield and 1 in Shafter.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
I'm a millennial, and for me, it's all about the mobile.
And I'm somewhere in between. I still do my banking online and at the ATM. And with access to over 30,000 surcharge-free ATMs nationwide, Kern Schools is always close by.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. That's why we're the #1 financial institution in all of Kern County. Kern Schools. Together, we have something special. One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
As a millennial, for me, it's all about the mobile.
And I'm somewhere in between. I still do everything online or through an ATM. So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. That's why we're the #1 financial institution in all of Kern County.
Take advantage of our low mortgage rates, including 60-day rate lock and no cost to you. Purchase or refinance your home today.
Kern Schools. Together, we have something special.
It's wicked cool. It's our new aviation class. It gives kids a chance to break into the industry. There's a lot of careers in aviation. This class is a lot more than just flying planes.
We've learned so much already. We've learned how to take off. We've learned instrument flight rules. It's something everyone can do, I think.
Good. And you see, remember that horizon? Try to keep it parallel to your cockpit. After the 2-year program, they're going to be able to take the knowledge test for their private pilot exam. I am a pilot. I've been in Bakersfield for 10 years. I worked as an instructor for 6 years and then became a corporate pilot. And I'm a teacher here. We have amazing equipment. Even flight schools don't have that much equipment.
You put a class like this somewhere at North High, and it's really preparing kids to succeed because it gives them a whole new set of opportunities they never knew that they had the chance to pursue. I'm proud to say that I'm from North High School and that we have administration that's willing to put the money into offering really, really neat programs like this and preparing kids to succeed.
A lot of more hands-on activities, a lot more about woodworking and what to do, how to make a career for myself.
It's not only for guys. I am actually learning how to make cupboards and put everything together, like doors, cabinets. It's really fun, actually.
Yeah, well, it's really amazing to see their growth over the course of a year and how they can come in with no real skill at all and leave being able to actually produce furniture and cabinetry.
Houses need cabinets, businesses having a pool of resources or kids that have some knowledge in the industry would be real good.
Pull down on that. Let's slide these up. Watch fingers.
It's changed a lot. What I'm seeing here is what it's going towards. The CNC equipment, computers. I could actually build cabinets out of this shop. It's state of the art. It really is.
I am constantly looking for students that have been through these programs. It's always nice to have a person that has some experience. It's a lot easier to train. I think we're fortunate in Bakersfield that the Kern High School District has invested in a program like this. I would encourage other businesses to partner up with the Kern High School District like I've done here, because this really shows you what can be done if business comes together with the Kern High School District.
This is where we're going to train the kids to actually get jobs in the industry. We're going to give them the basic tools that they need, also the skills that they need to understand where they fit into the industry.
All the animated things, because we have everything that we need in the scenes.
They are learning the principles of animation, Photoshop. They're learning how to animate in 2D and 3D. And when you swap to that shape, then you're just going to drag these over here.
The storyboard aspect of creating basically the skeleton of the story, and then just sort of directing people in my vision of what I want in the story. And it's also giving me the advantage of Mr. Pollard, since he's worked at so many companies, being able to put it in my resume and be like, this is the art direction I've received.
I was shearing my lamb for fair. I have 2 lambs.
This lamb is stubborn.
Taking care of animals is you feed them twice a day, make sure they have water, walk them, make sure they're ready for fair.
Vet science is the first year before you can actually go into animal science, and it's a lot of like
hands-on with the different animals, and you get to learn different things such as giving shots, castrating, all that fun stuff. For me, wanting to be a vet when I'm older, it helped prepares me. All the stuff that I'm learning in ag is definitely going to help me.
I'm in ag communications. Anything that you see on the Facebook page is what we do, and pictures, and we do all the posters that are around campus, anything that just promotes ag.
Our students are all part of the FFA organization, and through that we have a chapter officer team. We do monthly chapter meetings because we're trying to get them involved outside of class so they can find something that they're interested in, and they need something that's going to hook them so that they're ready for life after high school.
In animal care, the students learn a variety of things, whether it's tools or terms. In the veterinary field, they learn about the skeletal systems, animal nutrition, the housing, how to properly care for them. They also have the opportunity in the spring to actually go work at a veterinary hospital or at an animal shelter or a grooming salon.
Animal restraint, weight and temperature, pulse, respiration, all of that I learned here.
They take a state certified test, and if they pass, they become a certified vet assistant right out of high school.
It's always hands-on, and so I think that's what really helps us, is that we're not just getting it from a textbook, we're actually doing these things, and we're actually practicing these things that we'll be doing in our future careers.
It's wicked cool. It's our new aviation class. It gives kids a chance to break into the industry. There's a lot of careers in aviation. This class is a lot more than just flying planes.
We've learned so much already. We've learned how to take off. We've learned instrument flight rules. It's something everyone can do, I think.
Good. And you see, remember that horizon? Try to keep it parallel to your cockpit. After the 2-year program, they're going to be able to take the knowledge test for their private pilot exam. I am a pilot. I've been in Bakersfield for 10 years. I worked as an instructor for 6 years and then became a corporate pilot. And I'm a teacher here. We have amazing equipment. Even flight schools don't have that much equipment.
You put a class like this somewhere at North High, and it's really preparing kids to succeed because it gives them a whole new set of opportunities they never knew that they had the chance to pursue. I'm proud to say that I'm from North High School and that we have administration that's willing to put the money into offering really, really neat programs like this and preparing kids to succeed.
We're in manufacturing engineering. We design parts, 3D parts, 2D parts, we create assemblies.
It's helping me get training in all of this stuff, like the computer programs that we have here, the machines that we have here. We learn a lot of math in here, mostly geometry and fractions, because I love math. That's why I'm in this class.
Mr. Lemmy, he's a great instructor.
So the problem is this piece itself.
He really goes hands-on with us. He helps us as much as we can. We've learned a lot from him.
Right now we're supplying students that are skilled in the safety, basic operation of machine work, and then they also leave with some soft skills. They understand they have to be on time. They understand that they have to get up and talk to people. Most of them are walking out of here with a solid foundation in the entry level of a trade.
They can have a job anywhere they go because they have a basic understanding of what it's going to take to put products out that people are going to use.
Hopefully this is a good career for me. You know, end up doing something good, have a good life, and make some money.
We're learning a lot, and especially with just the basic knowledge of what you would need for an entry-level job.
All the basic skills to be a medical assistant in a doctor's office or a clinic.
You're leaning on it, and that'll make a difference.
And then they also do on-the-job training, and they work in doctor's offices or clinics throughout Kern County. The kids are job ready, and many of them are employed before the end of the school year. They're promised a job, as well as they continue their education. We have many registered nurses out there and even physicians.
I'm thinking I want to be an anesthesiologist. So a lot of school, but it'll be worth it in the end. We're learning the different roles, what a game designer is, what they do, and how video games are made, and how to deconstruct them.
We're also going to be teaching the hard skills, which includes learning the Unreal Engine. And what the Unreal Engine is it's a game development tool that students will be able to use to make their very own video games. And this is something that actually industry professionals use every day to make some of the top-selling games. They're all the same size. You're all on the same plane. There's no undulating terrain or anything like that.
Our instructor, he's really amazing. He encourages everybody. He's really fun, and he makes learning fun.
So they've got top-of-the-line computers here, and they're set up to excel. I would be surprised if other students their age coming out of high school would have anywhere near the level of expertise that these guys are going to have.
A lot of more hands-on activities, a lot more about woodworking and what to do, how to make a career for myself.
It's not only for guys. I am actually learning how to make cupboards and put everything together, like doors, cabinets. It's really fun, actually.
Yeah, well,
It's really amazing to see their growth over the course of a year and how they can come in with no real skill at all and leave being able to actually produce furniture and cabinetry.
Houses need cabinets, businesses. Having a pool of resources for kids that have some knowledge in the industry would be real good.
Pull down on that. Let's slide these up. Watch fingers.
It's changed a lot. What I'm seeing here is what it's going towards. The CNC equipment, computers. I could actually build cabinets out of this shop. It's state of the art. It really is.
I am constantly looking for students that have been through these programs. It's always nice to have a person that has some experience. It's a lot easier to train. I think we're fortunate in Bakersfield that the Kern High School District has invested in a program like this. I would encourage other businesses to partner up with the Kern High School District like I've done here, because this really shows you what can be done if business comes together with the Kern High School District.
So while your financial life may start out with a Rocky Raccoon account, as you grow, we'll be with you every step of the way. From your first car and everyone thereafter, to investing in your family's future, to buying that special house you'll call home. Kern Schools. Together, we have something special.
Welcome to the city, Motor City, where it's summer sell down. Drive away a GMC Sierra 4-door, only $29,990. Or save up to $10,000 off select Sierra HD models. Summer sell down offers end September 3rd. We are professional grade, and we are California's largest volume GMC dealer, Motor City.
Current Schools Federal Credit Union is here to be your lifelong financial partner. So while your financial life may start out with a Rocky Raccoon account, as you grow, we'll be with you every step of the way. From your first card, everyone thereafter, to investing in your family's future, to buying that special house you'll call home, Current Schools is here to help. And if you live in Kern County, then you can bank with us. See, we're local just like you, so what we accomplish together benefits our entire community. Current Schools, together we have something special.
For over 100 years, Bakersfield College has helped thousands of people achieve their dreams through education. Now Bakersfield College is bringing college closer to home, with courses offered in Southwest Bakersfield on Stockdale Highway, downtown Bakersfield, and at the main campus on Panorama Drive. Programs and classes also available in Delano, Shafter, Arvin, and online. Your path to a bright new future can start today at the home of the Renegades. It's easy. Take the first step. Visit bakersfieldcollege.edu to learn more.
CNC Printing, we really appreciate you guys.
24 minutes left for glory, for bragging rights, for pride between Shafter and Wasco. 21-14 at half between the Tigers and the Generals. Welcome back to Shafter, California, along with Julian Wilson, Rick Van Horn, Johnny Soper on the Kern High Network. Pleased that you could be with us tonight. What a first half we had. Back and forth, back and forth. First 4 drives, touchdowns. Wasco punched first, Shafter punched right back, and then they exchanged blows once more. And then things kind of shifted late in the second quarter after Wasco fumbled. Shafter took advantage, and then on the next drive, an interception for Shafter that they could not cash in on before the half ended. But the Generals definitely had the momentum heading into halftime.
They did, and very clean game that first half. Very few penalties. You know, we saw the double personal foul early in the game, but other than that, you had a couple 5-yarders, but that was it. Pretty clean game, 2 turnovers. Shafter gets the ball coming out, so if Shafter can go up 2 touchdowns, that's going to give them some breathing space against this Wasco offense.
Yeah, it certainly seems like a game. It's who's going to have the ball last is likely to win this game. And Wasco had tons of success on the ground and even through the air with a 1 touchdown connection. Andre Cordova with a great grab near the goal line against 2 defenders. And Shafter had a bunch of chunk plays in the first half as well. They were moving the ball quickly.
Yeah, and Wasco hasn't had those chunk plays yet. You know, of course, this offense isn't really geared for chunk plays. They want 3 yards, and they're going to drive and drive and drive and go for it on 4th down and not punt. They haven't punted yet. So, two contrasting styles. We do have a score from the east side. Highland 21, East High 0 at halftime. Like we talked about earlier, this is the Wasco team that may be traveling to that East High next week for that first round of the playoffs.
Wasco won the toss and elected to receive, so Shafter will get the ball to start the second half. I see you put the gloves on, Coach. It's about 52 degrees here in Shafter. The autumn weather is a welcome sight.
Good thing is there's no wind out here.
Yeah.
That's nice. And I tell you what, we just saw, Julian and I were talking about, we just saw one of the best halftime shows.
Oh, I was just about to mention that.
Very good on both sides. The Wasco cheerleaders came out, Shafter cheerleaders answered back, and the band came out. A little long, but it was good. It was entertaining.
Lalo Solis has it teed up, ready to go to start half number 2. Shafter Wasco for all the glory, and it's a short kick, fair caught, just inside the 40-yard line by Felix Chacon, who had a touchdown reception in the first half. Interesting move from Wasco to go with the short boot. And Shafter's going to open up the second half with really good field position.
Yeah, if you're gonna do a short boot, and, kind of a lollipop there, and then kick it to a receiver who's made a touchdown catch already this week or tonight, you might as well just onside it and take your chances.
From the 38, 1st and 10 Generals, up by a score, 21-14 to start this second half. You were talking about the halftime show. Just everyone brought their A game tonight, including the food vendors. 4 tacos for $6. You name me a deal in town better than that, I will challenge you every day of the week. Jackson Sanchez on the quarterback keeper skips forward for a pickup of about 4 on first down.
Well, Julian and I were waiting for ours because I think we made a bet earlier this year that on tacos.
You are correct. You are correct.
All right, next time.
I was hoping you would forget. That was a Garces BHS bet. My alma mater lost, and yours won. Well, you came in early with the food. I wasn't quite sure if maybe dessert or you confused me.
Well,
there.
with
You pulled
this
an
crowd,
audible.
we may not get out of here till 12 o'clock.
You're darn right. It is packed to the brim as Joey Sanchez pushes forward for a first down at midfield.
He's brought down by Wasco's Andre Cordova.
We've mentioned this before in the broadcast, but this is your and I's first time at this rivalry game, Shafter Wasco, in its 93rd iteration. Just what a scene this has been. I have never seen anything like this in Kern County High School football. This is a tremendous privilege to be calling this game and to be here tonight to witness this spectacle. I mean, you can't walk around this stadium. Elijah Lucero loses the football. It's bounced around. Wasco looked like they falled on it, but we'll wait for the signal. This would be a huge break for the Tigers. And they're going to
look like it was in the hands of Wasco, and it looks like they've got it.
Wasco Tiger football.
Ball got loose, and it looks like a first down for Wasco.
Looked like Lucero just bobbled it. Not a clean exchange on the handoff.
And kicked it forward about 5 yards. And
Wasco Tigers first and 10 on the 37-yard line.
So the Tigers catch a break to open up the second half. And they'll have it first and 10 at their own 37. First turnover of the game for Shafter. Tigers have a couple. Closed out the first half with 2. Villanueva hands to Alvarez, and Alvarez gets across the 45. Nice gain of 7 on first down.
Christian Villarreal Alvarez brought down by Shafter's Felix Chacon right at the 45-yard line.
11 seniors on this team for the Wasco Tigers, 10 seniors for the Shafter Generals.
Down and 4 yards to go from there.
Playing what might be their final home game tonight, depends on playoff seeding. Alvarez got stacked up and tacked at the line of scrimmage. Might have picked up a couple of yards, but my goodness, he got stacked up.
56, Colby Miller.
3rd and short for the Tigers.
We talked about Shafter is going to be in Division 5, so they'll probably be they'll probably be the 5th-ranked team in that division. So they're going to get a home game next week, and it might be against Arvin.
3rd and 2. The give goes to Roderick Scott, and Scott is down near the marker.
6, Roderick Scott.
Near the line to gain at about the 48-yard line, and they are going to move the sticks. First down, Tigers.
First down, Wasco.
And that's what Wasco does. They just inch and inch and inch.
Yesterday.
They pick up the first down after the Shafter fumble. Pitch goes to Alvarez. Alvarez breaks free and nearly blew things open into the secondary. Elijah Lucero saved a touchdown for Shafter.
By Shafter's number 2, Elijah Lucero. Wasco first and
Talked about Wasco not getting a lot of chunk plays tonight, but they have had
they
a lot
almost had it there.
They've had some 6, 7, 8-yard plays, and enough of those you put together, and that's a pretty big chunk.
Alvarez got past the first level, and there was one safety left. Lucero able to make the play. This pitch goes to Roderick Scott, and Scott tries to turn upfield at the line of scrimmage, but he's stopped after a gain of about 2.
Like a 2-yard gain on that. It's going to be 2nd down and 8 yards to go from the.
And actually caught him from the backside. That's, as you see, one side of the line blocks down, the other side pulls around, and if you can just hold up that one side, you're going to catch him from the backside quite a bit.
8 minutes, 40 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 8 from the 40. Alvarez hit at the line by Joey Sanchez. It'll be 3rd and long for Wasco.
Alvarez brought down by Shafter's Joey Sanchez.
Sanchez, the leading tackler for this Generals team. 37 coming into the game.
Looks like 99's banged up. That's
Chris Garza for Wasco. Slow getting up.
And 8 yards to go.
3rd and long for Wasco.
Something Wasco doesn't like to see, 3rd and 9.
Play goes to the right. Alvarez trying to find any space, and Shafter was all over it.
This will be a 4-down zone for them, though. They'll turn around and they'll go for it here on 4th down.
No gain on the play.
Tiny gain on that.
From the Shafter 38. 4th and a long 7. Villanueva fakes the handoff, rolling under pressure, caught!
He dropped it.
Oh, bobbled and dropped. Andre Cordova had it in his hands, and a heads-up defensive play by Nick Aguirre to force the bobble and the incompletion. Generals take over on downs.
Generals will take over on downs. Shafter Generals 1st and 10 from the 38.
Villanueva actually made a good throw after all, after rolling to his left there.
Yeah. Tell you what, he had a lot of space over there on the left side. He might have been able to tuck it and run.
Shafter came up and put a big hit. Who was that? That wasn't Chacon. That was the other corner.
Low snap. Sanchez picks it up. Deep ball downfield. Caught! Chacon marching to the end zone. One-hit wonder. Touchdown, Shafter. Chacon's 2nd touchdown of the night, and Shafter takes a 2-score lead.
58 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Shafter Generals 27, Wasco Tigers 14.
.62 yards, 28-14 Shafter.
Nice throw. You couldn't throw that ball any better by Jackson Sanchez. Nice catch by Chacon. His 2nd touchdown.
Oh, man.
Well, they kind of use that as that fourth down stop they have. You know, you see a lot of teams, as soon as they get a turnover, they're going to try to put that dagger in the heart. And wasn't a turnover, but it was a big defensive stop. And they went for the dagger, puts them up 2 scores. So now Shafter can breathe a little easier.
Although I'm not sure they want to.
Got a couple scores, 23-0 Liberty over BHS, third quarter. Highland 21, East 6, third quarter.
That 62-yard touchdown reception, the longest pass play for Shafter this season. They have a 2-touchdown lead with 6 minutes, 58 seconds to play in the third quarter.
Wasco's number 8, Kevin Chavez, back to receive.
How about that pass from Jackson Sanchez? Put it on the money. Lopez boots it away. Kevin Chavez lets it bounce, picks it up at the 15. Chavez gets sticked by Anthony Hoxie. Good special teams coverage from Shafter.
Anthony Hoxie and Elijah.
Tigers will get the ball at their own 26. And they got to do something on offense here, Coach. Last 2 drives of the first half, 2 turnovers. Turnover on downs, first drive of the second half, and they need an answer.
Yeah, and they're not a quick strike offense, so it's going to take some time. You know, here we are in the middle of the third quarter, so
6 minutes, 52 seconds to play. Christian Alvarez, gang tackled by Shafter.
Alvarez brought down by Jackson Sanchez. And
gain of 3 on first down for the Tigers.
2-yard gain on that. It's going to be second down.
And they'll take that. I mean, that's sort of their bread and butter.
Yeah.
But as you mentioned, this is not a quick strike offense, and with so much momentum shifting towards Shafter, they need a quick answer.
Jackson Sanchez just went out of the game. He's apparently he might be bleeding. Might have a nosebleed there. Had to come out of the game.
Inside draw. Only picks up a couple. And it'll bring up 3rd and about 6 for Wasco.
I think what gets overlooked is, Jackson Sanchez on offense. All these guys that are playing, they get their names called on offense, but Jackson Sanchez and Chacon and these guys haven't been off the field yet. They're playing both ways.
3rd and long. Play action. Villanueva to the edge. Pass was a little bit low and dropped by Andre Cordova. Now, do you risk going for it here so deep in your own territory after what Shafter's been doing on offense lately?
Well, we may see a punt for the first time here. This is 4th.
I think we will.
It's 4th and about a long 6. So that's another ball that might have been catchable.
Might have been, but
yeah,
Cordova had to dive for it. So the Tigers will make the first punt of the game. Back deep for Shafter. Leo Fernandez standing at his own 29. High, wobbly snap and a short kick. Standing at the 45. And it takes a modest Wasco hop into Shafter territory down at the 44.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
It looked like that was going to be an ugly punt, and didn't turn out so bad. But Shafter still has pretty decent field position.
Number 50 there for Shafter. Got an earful from Coach Barucci. Jesus Vargas, he wasn't pretty nonchalant getting out of the way of that punt there. That didn't make him too happy.
Yeah, I bet it didn't. Got to be wary on punts like that.
Now forcing a punt here, you could see another quick strike from Shafter.
Sanchez is going to keep it himself. And he picks up about 4 yards on first down. A little extra emphasis at the end of the play. And that's what you hear all the boo birds about from Chris Garcia for Wasco.
Shafter crowd getting on Garcia there. He had a little extracurricular activity, had a little extra. Take that with you, 58.
Trots to the sideline on 2nd and 7. Sanchez keeps again, tries to break to the outside, and Andre Cordova was there to stop him. 3rd and 6 coming up. Get him about 1.
Looks like he picked up a little bit on that.
Score from Liberty, 30, VHS 0.
Oof. Not a good week for the Drillers. 3rd and 7 for the Generals from the 49. Sanchez, another deep shot down the sideline. Incomplete.
Pass intended for number 80, Devin Sundgren.
Looking for Devin Sundgren, and great coverage from Wasco forces the incompletion. It's a good ball from Sanchez. And now the Generals go 3 and out, and they're going to be forced to punt.
Well, it's the first time we've seen 2 punts here in the last 2 minutes, and hadn't seen that all game.
Andre Cordova back deep for Wasco. Sebastian Montgomery. Another wobbly snap. Montgomery has it. Bounces at the 30 and takes a nice roll across the 20, be down to around the 19-yard line with 4 minutes and 17 seconds left in the third quarter.
First down around the 20.
Lots of tradition in this game. It means a lot to a lot of people. Want to say hello to the Pavletich clan, class of 62, 63, 64, and 65, watching tonight on the Kern High Network. So many memories from this rivalry throughout its 93-year history.
And that might have just been Spanky there. He couldn't pass many tests, huh?
First down, Wasco. Alvarez picks up about 3 yards.
Number 2, Christian Villarruel Alvarez, brought down by Shafter's Jensen Boyd.
That sophomore year was tough on him.
That's going to be second down. Now, make that a 3-yard gain. I'm going to call that second down and 7 to go.
I'm just waiting for my phone to buzz. Pickup of about 3 on first down, a long 3. Draw goes to Roderick Scott, and Scott only got a couple. So another 3rd and about 6, maybe about 5 for Wasco.
Well, from what the Shafter coaches were saying, they're going to play their first 2 games next year on this field, and then the renovation is going to start. So they'll be, for most of the season next year, they'll be on the road, much like Foothill is this year, kind of without a stadium because it'll be under construction. South High is going to be the same way. That stadium's going to be under construction, so they're going to become road warriors too.
3 minutes, 20 seconds to play and counting in the third quarter. 3rd and 5 for Wasco. Draw play. And Shafter's all over it. Andre Cordova gets stacked up. Picked up a couple, but it's going to be 4th and short.
Brought down by most of the defense.
Well, it's the first time we've seen the fly sweep from Wasco. Cordova having some trouble catching it, so let's hand it to him, see if he can do it that way.
Back-to-back 3 and outs from Shafter and Wasco, and the Tigers are forced to punt once more. Leo Fernandez retreats, standing at about his own 43. From deep in their own territory, high snap, but it's a good punt, and it takes a good Wasco roll. Tigers will down it at the 41-yard line.
If I'm Shafter, and for that next punt that Wasco has, I might have send some guys there. The snapper, has kind of been floating it back there.
Down there, and word on the street is that the softball club is selling.
So after a whole bunch of offense in the first half and to start the third quarter from Shafter, 3 straight punts in half number 2. Generals start this drive from their own 41. Sanchez is going to keep it again. Sanchez gets the edge. Sanchez across the 40 and down to the 30-yard line.
Picked up the first down for Shafter. Brought down by Wasco's Andre Cordova.
Good run by Sanchez. Had a great block down here by Chacon, the receiver down here on the left on the right cornerback, Wasco.
1st and 10, Generals from the 30. This time it's Joey Sanchez. Bursts through the hole at the line and picks up 8 yards on first down.
When you're a true RPO team like Shafter, it's a lot of how many guys. They always talk about the box. And these last couple of plays, you're going to see Wasco with only 6 guys in the box. So that tends to, for an RPO team, is you're going to run the ball.
1:25 and counting to play in the third quarter. Shafter on the move, up by 2 touchdowns. Jackson Sanchez keeps it himself, and Sanchez pushes across the 20. Stopped right at the 20, right at the line to gain.
Brock Darrington.
They might give the Generals a first down, and they are going to give Shafter a first down at the 20.
Almost looks like Wasco's came into the game very apprehensive about Shafter's pass game, which is very good.
Joey Sanchez loses the football, bouncing around inside the 5. There were 3 Tigers there, and they fall on it. Second fumble of the half for Shafter. And it comes at a crucial spot, knocking on the door. Darn near about to put the game away, and Wasco catches a break. And Perucci is frustrated on the sideline. My goodness. 52 seconds to play in the third quarter. Coach Perucci knows what kind of opportunity they just had to possibly put the game out of reach. And they just lost it. Tigers have a lot of work to do, though, inside their own 5. Villanueva pitches to Roderick Scott, and Scott breaks through the first line and skips forward for a pickup of about 7 or perhaps 6 on first down.
Jesus Vargas doesn't make that tackle. Roderick may still be running.
He almost hit the second level.
Yeah.
He was a step away. "20 seconds and winding down the third quarter. Scott takes another sweep. This time he breaks free. Scott across the 30. One man to beat across midfield. And they bring him down inside the 40-yard line. Clock stops with 5 seconds to play. And there is the big play from Wasco that sets him up in Shafter territory.
Wasco 1st and 10 on that 38-yard line.
They ran the exact same play, and that time Scott was able to break free into the secondary.
And they played before without Jesus Vargas making that tackle. He was on his way there, too.
So that will wind down the third quarter, 28-14. Only one score in the third quarter. 62-yard strike from Sanchez to Chacon, his second touchdown of the game. We'll be back for the fourth quarter. Strap in. It's going to be a good one here in Shafter on the Kern High Network, brought to you by Bakersfield College, Kern Schools Federal Credit Union, and Motor City Bakersfield. Wasco with an opportunity to start the fourth quarter. Another reverse. And Christian Alvarez picked up about 6 on first down. We saw that jet sweep reverse a couple of times in the first half. That time it picks up about 5.
Second down and 5 yards to go.
Johnny Soper, Rick Van Horn, Julian Wilson, a terrific Kern High Network crew bringing you this historic rivalry.
Number 2, Christian
Alvarez on the sweep, picks up a couple of more, brings up third down and 2 at the 31.
Well, if Wasco can get a score here, they're going to be back in this game. We've got plenty of time in this fourth quarter.
Tigers need a score. Another sweep to Alvarez, and Alvarez met at the line of scrimmage. It'll be close to the line to gain. Clock stops.
There they go.
They give Wasco the first down.
First down, Wasco.
Hey, 28-14, Shafter. They had the halftime lead 21-14. After no punts in the first half, we saw 3 in the third quarter. Shafter coughed the ball up twice. Wasco on this possession trying to capitalize on the mistake. Play action. Villanueva over the middle into double coverage and incomplete. Looking for Roderick Scott.
For number 6, Roderick Scott.
Nick Aguirre and Leo Fernandez back deep on the coverage for Shafter. I don't know if he was trying to hit Scott, but he had a receiver open.
Yeah, you had
about 10 yards in front of Scott.
You had Cordova doing a kind of a post corner down here, and they've been going after Cordova, and he made the good catch in the first half, but the last couple he hasn't had too much success, so you had to take your shot on the backside there with Roderick.
2nd and 10. Sweep goes to Roderick Scott, and Scott across the 20 takes about 4 generals to wrestle him down. Picks up a Wasco first down.
Another one. He was about a step away from scoring. I think it was Jesus Vargas again. Off that Shafter defense.
Just over 10 minutes to play in the game. 1st and 10, Wasco from the 19. Villanueva with a quick handoff dive up the middle to Missin Lane.
25, Missin Lane.
And Lane gets to the 10-yard line, close to the marker, about a yard shy of the first down. That time with a quick give, coach, mixing things up.
It's going to be 2nd down.
Yeah, we haven't seen that.
Same design. They give it to Lane again. Lane into the secondary. Lost the football. And it's Shafter ball. Generals recover inside the 5.
Lane on the carry. A couple Shafter threats. It's going to be 1st and 10 Shafter.
And that is a huge mistake. Potentially game-ending mistake the way this thing has gone. And Mission Lane is down inside the 5. Clock stops with 9 minutes and 22 seconds to play. Oh, you mentioned the first half, not very sloppy. Second half has been quite a different story.
Defense has decided to show up a little bit. Shafter can get just a semi-drive, take some time off the clock. The way Wasco's offense set up, they're not going to have enough time to score 2 touchdowns.
It's Mission Lane, the junior, down on the field for Wasco, being tended to, and they help him up. Gets up to his feet, and he'll have to be assisted off the field. Looks like a right leg injury. Certainly don't want to speculate, but that's unfortunate to see for Wasco. Generals have the ball inside their own 5. Shafter with an opportunity to perhaps put this game away. And they make a late substitution. Leo Fernandez comes scampering in, and they're going to have to burn a timeout. And Perucci, extremely frustrated on the sideline, coming off of a turnover. There's just no excuse for that. Offense has got to be ready. Generals burn a timeout. Their first of the half. Wasco still has all 3, 28-14 with 9:22 to play. If you're just joining us for this great rivalry, 93rd meeting between Shafter and Wasco's. These two schools separated by just 8.8 miles. And I think most of Wasco and almost all of Shafter are in attendance tonight. This place is packed to the brim, not just in the stands, but all around the periphery of the stadium. This has been just an awesome, awesome sight to see. 28-14 Generals. Sanchez standing from his own end zone with Tyson Dozier flanked to his right. Dozier gets the handoff, and Dozier gets met at the line, but is able to pick up about 3 or 4 yards on first down.
By number 27, Brock Darrington. Looks like he picked up about.
You think Shafter just tries to bleed the clock on this drive, try and create a long, sustained drive to put the game out of reach?
Well, again, you kind of take what they give you. When the 6 in the box, they're doing a good job running the ball.
Dozier again. Dozier finds a seam up the middle and gets across the 15 to about the 17-yard line. First down, Shafter.
It's kind of, like I said, it's a numbers game, counting in the box, and then Wasco's kind of, you pick your poison, and done a good job, and Shafter hasn't thrown the ball very much because they are
Joey Sanchez
having success running the ball.
That time, Sanchez keeps it, and Sanchez gets the edge across the 45 and wrestled down at the 47-yard line. I was just about to say, Joey Sanchez is walking across the sideline, trying to stretch out. It looks like his right leg, maybe a cramp or something, so that's why you see Tyson Dozier in the backfield on this series. Dozier more than capable. 438 yards on the season coming into this game, 5 rushing touchdowns. 8:10 and counting remaining in the game. Dozier breaks through the line once more across the 40 into Wasco territory at the 39.
And again, Dozier's only a sophomore.
brought down
Not
by
afraid to
Kevin
put his
Summer.
head in there. He's a big kid. He's 6 foot, 180 pounds, and that's a big kid for a sophomore.
Shafter, go ahead, Coach.
This is a time where Shafter's going to kind of slow down a little bit. You want to take some time off the clock.
Dozier lost it and picked it up, and if not for a fortuitous hop, that could have been disaster for Shafter.
Yards, looks like.
Oh, my gracious. How lucky was Dozier?
Second down and 8 to go.
Got hit at the line, lost it, bounced right back up into his cradle, able to pick up about a couple of yards, 2nd and 8 from the 37. A late pull from Jackson Sanchez on the read option, and Sanchez is able to fall on it. He'll lose about 3 yards on the play. And I'll just mention, I mean, we hadn't seen Dozier in the backfield a ton, and one of the side effects of that is you don't have the connection like you had with Joey Sanchez all night long on the read option.
Yeah.
3rd and long for the Generals. Quick pass to Leo Fernandez in the flat. Fernandez at the 31. He'll be about 3 yards shy of the first down, and the Generals are going to line up quickly and go for it on 4th and 3. Dozier to the left.
Fourth down and
Well, that slant, backside slants worked. Well, it's not going to matter now.
The hard count works. Shafter has done that all night long, and it's the first time it's worked. And it comes at a crucial moment with 6.5 minutes to play in the game. First down, Shafter at the 25. And what's on the line here? Well, a share of the league title at least for the Generals. Another late pull from Sanchez. That time he's able to keep it, though, and was hit by Matthew Robledo, who was able to scamper in the backfield, but not just the league title, but, of course, another win in this great rivalry. It would be 3 straight for the Generals.
It said you may see a backside slant here to number 80. Let's see. Yep. Oh!
You called it, Coach.
Yeah.
Devin Sundgren, the intended target.
pass intended for number 80, Devin Sundgren, incomplete.
Pass off target brings up another 3rd and long, 3rd and 12.
It's tough. I saw Dozier throwing the ball with gloves before the game, and he kind of tossed those because that wasn't working. But Jackson Sanchez is keeping gloves on when he's throwing the ball.
Play action.
Sanchez
has to get rid of it quickly. Intercepted by Andre Cordova. Cordova across the 20. Turnover after turnover after turnover, and Wasco has life with 5 minutes and 48 seconds to play.
Wasco, 1st and 10.
Yeah, that was just a poorly thrown ball there.
Well, the pressure was right in his face, Coach. He had to get rid of it or take the sack, elected to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Threw up a jump ball that Cordova was all over. Wasco needs a quick score. 5 minutes and 48 seconds to play, and Shafter's going to take the second timeout of the half. Excuse me.
They came back with it. They missed on the slant, and they almost came back. It was kind of a sluggo route where you're going to fake the slant and run a go route. And Sanchez just threw the ball way too inside.
Wasco needs 2 scores. They have 5 minutes and 48 seconds to do it. But when we mentioned this earlier, the way that their offense is set up, they don't score quickly. So if you're the Wasco head coach here, what do you try and draw up?
Well, we'll see how much they work on that pass game during the week here. I see they're trying to sending 2 receivers wide this time. So they are going to get some urgency in their offense.
They're going to pass on first down. Empty backfield in the flat. Intended for Christian Alvarez, who got popped. Incomplete.
Pass incomplete.
Just one passing touchdown for Wasco tonight came very early in the second quarter. Andre Cordova made a very nice grab at the goal line to put Wasco up 14-7. That seems like a long time ago. Tigers haven't scored since. 5:43 to play. Alvarez able to pick up about 8 yards on second down.
Number 2, Christian Villarreal Alvarez, brought down by Jensen Boyd.
3rd and 3 for Wasco.
A 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
Alvarez on the right side picks up the first down and more. Alvarez spins across the 45 down at the 46. Clock stops with 5:12 to play.
Number 2, Christian Villarreal Alvarez, brought down
They're going to need some more chunk plays like that. They want to score 2 touchdowns next 5 minutes.
From the 46 on first down. Play action to the air, tipped and nearly intercepted.
Number 7,
Andre Cordova was running another deep slant.
From the 46-yard line.
And there were 3 generals in the area all over that play.
Well, you've got to hit that ball a lot sooner. He took that ball, quarterback threw it way too late. So now Cordova's running into the teeth of the Shafter defense. That's why there's so many guys there.
I think the Generals have their eyes on number 7. 1 touchdown tonight, and I don't know how many targets. Option goes to Alvarez, and Alvarez lowers his head and barrels near midfield and picks up about 4 yards,
Number
bringing
2,
up 3rd and a long 6 for Wasco.
Well, they've got Alvarez listed at 147, and he brings it. Yeah, he's only a junior, so he puts that head down, and he's going north and south.
3rd and 7 from midfield. Alvarez in motion. The give up the middle. Barreling forward is Miguel Martinez. First down, Tigers into Shafter territory across the 40-yard line, down at the 36. Clock stops with 4 minutes, 11 seconds to play.
Got a score from the East Highland game. It's Highland 28, East 6, fourth quarter.
There's not a great sense of urgency from Wasco on offense right now. They need 2 scores, 3:56 to play. Villanueva drops back, looking for Cordova, and it's too far out of his reach. Pass is thrown out of bounds near the 10-yard line.
About 2nd down and 10 to go.
But those are the kinds of shots that Wasco needs to hit right now. Clock stops with 3 minutes, 50 seconds to play.
Thing we haven't seen out of Wasco, any kind of slot screen, slip screen type thing, getting Cordova, if that's their guy, getting him the ball on a short pass and letting him run a little bit. We saw him on a fly sweep earlier.
Alvarez in motion to the right side. Villanueva to the near side is caught by number 5, Sean Sharp.
Going to bring up about a 3rd and 5.
Pass complete to Sean Sharp, brought down by Shafter's Felix Chacoa.
See, Chacone's giving him a lot of room over there. They could have done that quite a bit all night.
3 minutes, 26 seconds and counting remaining in the ball game. (28-14) Shafter. Wasco hanging on, trying to poke a fight. Miguel Martinez barrels forward. He's shy of the first down by about a couple of yards, maybe a yard and a half. 2:56 to play.
2 yards to go.
Fourth and game for the Tigers. They need 2. Alvarez on the pitch, and he has it. And more.
more
Alvarez with a stiff arm. Alvarez to the corner. Touchdown, Wasco. Tigers ain't done.
Not at all.
Touchdown for Wasco.
Let's go. 2.5 minutes to play, and Wasco finally gets the first score of the second half. And how big is this PAT? As you mentioned earlier, a couple of wobbly snaps tonight. Few of them have been nearly blocked. And Lalo Solis needs this one for the Tigers to have a chance. Snaps a little bit high, but they're able to plant it down and knock it through. 28-21 with 2 minutes, 29 seconds to play.
2 minutes and 24 seconds left in the game. Shafter Generals 28.
Well, now if you're Wasco, you know, it's got to be an onside kick here because you've done it almost throughout the game. You've given those little 9-iron shots, you know, getting Shafter great positions. So now you've got to get it on the ground. Hopefully you get that good bounce. And if you're Shafter, 2 first downs and this ball game's in the bag.
Wasco still has 3 timeouts remaining. Shafter just 1. 2.5 minutes to play.
So those potatoes down there.
Is there any fight left in the Tiger?
Hot baked potato.
And they're not completely out of it if they don't get the onside kick.
No. They've got 3 timeouts. Like I said, if a Shafter can gather up 2 first downs, I think this ball game's over.
Solis taking his time to get that thing teed up. Now Wasco may boot it away here, Coach. No, they're not. They're going to try the onside, and the flag flies. There's going to be an offside penalty.
Flag on the play.
Mismanaged onside kick attempt.
Last week I was at West Golden Valley. There was 8 onside kicks. West High was offsides 3 times on one kick, on one onside or one kickoff.
That
they tried 3 times. Golden Valley ended up getting the ball about where they initially kicked off from, on the 40.
So they get backed up 5 yards. They'll kick it off from the 35. Shafter is all over it. Tyson Dozier steps forward and is able to take it. It was a good kick.
Yeah, I thought he got a good bounce there. He
did have a good
broke
bounce.
that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Tyson could have been a Shafter legend. He picks that off and goes all the way, puts this game out of reach.
No question about it. Still 2.5 minutes to play. Wasco obviously needs a huge stop. And if you're Shafter, after fumbling the ball twice in the second half, you got to hang on to it. 3 timeouts for the Tigers. From the 44, Dozier up the middle. Dozier picks up about 8 yards on first down.
Tyson Dozier.
Timeout, Wasco.
Well, like I said, if they get 2 first downs on this drive, I think this game's.
Joe Martinez. Timeout, Wasco.
Wasco burned 1 of their 3.
Yeah. Second and short coming up from the 35 for Shafter.
And if you're Shafter, you want to keep it in your playmaker's hands. Your best player's hands he's got to touch the ball, and that right now is Jackson Sanchez. So Dozier did a good job there, but crucial situations, you want the ball in the best player's hands.
2:20 to play. 2 timeouts remaining for the Tigers. After finally breaking through in the second half. Getting this game to within a touchdown. Dozier stacked up in the line of scrimmage, and he didn't get there. He's about a yard shy, and Wasco takes another timeout.
Brought down by Matt Robledo. Timeout, Wasco.
And a huge 3rd and 2 is coming up for Wasco. Two minutes and 13 seconds to play. If you're just joining us, welcome to Shafter. What a great game that we've had, Rick. It was 14-14 in the second quarter. For the first 4 possessions of the game, each team scored a touchdown. Shafter was able to cash in on a turnover before halftime to take a 21-14 lead. And the Tigers have not been able to do much on offense in the second half.
And then it kind of just slowed down. And
couple of turnovers on both sides. 3rd and 1. Wasco needs a big stop. Jackson Sanchez is going to keep it. Makes a stiff arm. Has the first down across the 25. He wants it all.
Stay in bounds.
Inside the 10, and he did stay in bounds. A heads-up play by Jackson Sanchez, and that will just about all but do it.
Shafter Generals first and 10.
Well, I talked about it. You got to keep the ball in your best player's hands in this kind of situation. And
Wasco is there in the backfield. Stiff arm from Sanchez, able to evade the tackler. Clock starts ticking under 2 minutes to play.
Time here. There's no rush. Whether you win by 7 or win by 1, you want to win. So there's no rush here.
They're going to bleed the play clock out. We're watching the official to make that signal that there's 5 seconds left on the play clock. There it is. Jackson Sanchez in the shotgun has a snap. Gives to Dozier up the middle. Dozier gets to the 5. Wasco has no timeouts remaining.
Well, we've got to start thinking about players of the game here.
And Andre Cordova.
I think you have to give it to Jackson Sanchez.
Okay.
When the game was on the line, he made the play.
Yeah. Julian? What's Julian's thought over there?
Player of the game, Julian, what do you think? We'll let him think about it. Victory formation for Shafter with under 45 seconds to play. Jackson Sanchez will take a knee. Listen to this crowd celebrate a huge victory, 3-0, 3 in a row for Shafter.
Well, it's about 20 seconds left. Looks like it's going to be your Shafter Generals 28, Wasco Tigers 21.
Well, there it is. Final snap.
Final knee of the game. And in the 93rd meeting of Shafter, Wasco, the Generals take this one 28-21.
Well, I got to agree with you. Jackson Sanchez. Woo! I think we.
And don't forget to go to General's headquarters on your way out of here. They're going to be open.
We just got crop dusted there.
Yeah, we did.
the rocket cannons with little extra dust in them tonight.
Well, that gives Shafter a share of the SSL title. So that's the second year in a row. And a fine job by both teams, but got to hand it to the Shafter Generals. It was their night.
And what can you say about Gerald Perucci and this Shafter team after starting the season 1-4? They lose their first league game. Their last loss was all the way back on September 20th at Chavez, a 24-13 loss. They come back to win 5 straight, get a share of the league title, and they take home the 3rd straight victory against their arch rival, 28-21. Jackson Sanchez, our Kern High Network player of the game. Playoffs are just around the corner. Stay tuned to all things Kern High Network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for all the latest happening in Kern High School District athletics and activities. 28-21 the final. The Shafter Generals get the win over the Wasco Tigers. For Julian Wilson and Rick Van Horn, Johnny Soper saying so long from Shafter. Thanks for being with us on the Kern High Network, brought to you by Bakersfield College, Kern Schools Federal Credit Union, and Motor City Bakersfield.